Have you ever felt like a needle lost in a stack of time? We spend our lives chasing the horizon of tomorrow and burying ourselves in the graveyards of yesterday. We believe in sequence. We believe in the slow tick of a clock that dictates our worth, our aging, and our inevitable end. We see ourselves as travelers on a linear path moving from birth to death through a series of choices that we think have the power to alter the outcome. But what if the clock is a lie? What if the very concept of a timeline is nothing more than a defensive shield projected by a mind that is terrified of the present, a mind that is running away from the stillness of God? In the teachings of A Course in Miracles, we are presented with a radical and world-shattering truth. The world was over long ago. The journey we think we are taking is a mental review of a script that has already been written and finished. Imagine for a moment that you are sitting in a dark cinema. You are watching a flickering projection on the screen. You may gasp, you may cry, or you may try to shout at the characters to choose a different path. But the film is already in the canister. The end is set. The Alpha and the Omega are joined. The anxiety we feel in our daily lives stems from the illusion that we are the writers when we are actually just the audience. We are watching a movie and imagining that we can change the past to fix the present. We jaunt through our memories trying to find the needle of salvation in a stack of chronological hay. But salvation is not a point in time. Salvation is the collapse of time itself. When we talk about undoing the belief in linear time, we are talking about a deep plunge into the mind. We are moving from the horizontal world of sequence into the vertical world of the holy instant. This is not just a philosophical exercise. It is an exhilarating expansion of the soul. It is the bursting of the jail cell where we have kept ourselves imprisoned by the belief in before and after. In the holy instant, the ordinary laws of space and time do not apply. The miracle is the mechanism that rearranges our perception, showing us that we are not victims of the clock, but masters of the moment. We are not bodies birthed into a timeline. We are eternal spirits dreaming of exile while remaining safe at home in the heart of God. We live in a culture obsessed with the what if. We see it in our cinema, Inception, Interstellar, Tenet, and the multiverse of everything everywhere all at once. We are fascinated by the idea of jumping timelines, or changing the past to secure a better future. But why are we so obsessed with these stories? It is because the ego is always trying to reinvent itself. The ego believes that if it can just find the right arrangement of form, the right partner, the right status, the right external gift, it will finally find peace. But this is the trick of the hand. The multiverse is simply the mind changing the channels on a remote control. Every incarnation, every timeline, every jaunt is just another channel on a vast television. You can switch from the channel of suffering to the channel of success, but you are still watching the same screen. The ego uses time as a jailer. It tells you that salvation is in the future if you work hard enough, or in the past if you could only redo that one mistake. It keeps the mind perpetually away from the now, because the now is the only place where the ego cannot exist. The Holy Spirit, however, uses time to teach us that time is not real. It uses our perception of sequence to lead us back to the source. Think of the miracle as a time saver. It collapses the thousands of years of learning we think we need and brings us directly into the recognition of our innocence. It doesn't fix the movie. It helps you realize you are not the character on the screen. When we jaunt into the past in our minds, through our grievances, our regrets, and our nostalgia, we are attempting to find life in a graveyard. Jesus tells us that the past is gone, and seeking to preserve it through our special relationships only binds us to a dream of retribution. Every grievance is a desire for time to move backward so we can get even. Every regret is an attempt to redo a scene that never really happened in reality. To wake up is to let go of the remote control. It is to stop trying to matchmake the timelines and to start accepting the script as it is. Because in the acceptance of the script, we find the plan behind appearances. A plan that does not change. A plan of perfect love that has already been completed in the mind of the Creator. If the script is written, does that mean we have no free will? This is the great question that haunts the seeker. But free will is not the power to change the movie. It is the power to choose which teacher you will watch the movie with. You can watch the movie with the ego and experience fear loss and the pressure of a ticking clock. Or you can watch the movie with the Holy Spirit and see the quaint absurdity of sin and the lightness of a dream that is already over. This is the true meaning of the Last Judgment. It is not a terrifying day of death, but a doorway to life. It is the moment you look at everything you have made, every timeline, everybody, every world, and realize that none of it has any effect on the truth of who you are. The miracle arranges both time and space to adjust to our shift in perception. When we choose forgiveness, we are literally collapsing the distance between us and our brothers. We are seeing that the grievances of the past have no cause and therefore no effect. The guilt is over because the past is over. We are reviewing mentally what has gone by, but the miracle shows us that the cause of our distress is gone. A cause that is gone cannot have effects. This is the end of punishment. This is the end of the belief that we must pay for the errors of our ancestors or the mistakes of our youth. In the holy instant, the rays of Christ's vision replace the body, and we recognize a relationship that has no limits. Imagine the relief of knowing that you don't have to plan your life. A healed mind is relieved of the belief that it must plan, because it realizes it cannot know the outcome that is best. We misuse our bodies when we try to force them to achieve goals that substitute for God. We make the body sick with the strain of trying to control a universe that is not ours to control. But when we step back, the light in us steps forward. We encompass the world in laughter because we see the ridiculous nature of our fear. We have wasted many years on a foolish whim, but the holy instant wipes them all away in a single breath of eternity. We are on a journey that is already over, yet it seems to have a future still unknown to us. Time is a trick, a sleight of hand, a vast illusion in which figures come and go as if by magic. But the Holy Spirit is the bridge between this perception and the knowledge of God. By enabling us to use perception in a way that reflects knowledge, we eventually remember our source. We learn consistency by forgetting the discordant interpretations of the ego. We forget the past to remember the present. We relinquish the control of our interpersonal relationships to allow the Holy Spirit to transform them from specialness into holiness. In our special relationships, we try to use people for our own purposes. We try to live with guilt rather than die of it. We seek escapes from death in human love, in status, and in external gifts. But these are all jailers. They are idols we have set up before the Lord thy God. The holy relationship, however, shares God's purpose. It looks past the body and its limitations and sees the great rays of the Spirit. It recognizes that minds are joined, and that bodies are merely communication tools. When we join in purpose, the secret grievances that keep us unhappy vanish. We are no longer trying to redo the past or matchmaking the future. We are simply being the love that we are in this moment. This oneness of mind is offered to us with a clarity and brightness so intense that we could not wish for anything else. We behold our will as God's will. We accept that everything He wills has already happened. This world was over long ago, and the thoughts that made it are no longer in the mind that thought of them. We are just the echoes of a song that has already finished. When we realize this, we can finally relax. We don't have to travel to find God. It is a journey without distance, because God is in our memory. To remember is merely to restore to your mind what is already there. You don't make what you remember. You simply accept again what you once rejected. To enter the holy instant is to experience a bursting joy. It is to feel expansive, vast, and bursting with the light of truth. It is to understand that you cannot be anywhere God did not put you. You are part of Him, and that is both where you are and what you are. This is unalterable. You cannot change it now or ever. It is not a belief. It is a fact. As we unlearn the ego and its projected problems in time and space, the light that has been blocked begins to shine through. We unlearn the world to remember God. We step out of the way and let the Holy Spirit direct our words, our actions, and our perceptions. The purpose of time is solely to give us time to achieve the judgment that the past is gone. When everything we retain in our memory is creative and good, there is no reason for fear. This is our part in the atonement. We are here to overlook the error, and behold the divine innocence in everyone we see. Through the vision of Christ, we see a world that is light-filled and joyous. We see that the past has no power, and that the future is just a playground for the Holy Spirit's purpose. We are no longer anxious about time jaunting or timeline shifts, because we are anchored in the eternal. Happy are we to be in this realization live, rolling into the newness of our awareness where the Alpha and the Omega have met. We are here to be truly helpful, to represent the one who sent us, and to not worry about what to say or do, for the one who sent us will direct us. We are content to be wherever he wishes, knowing he goes there with us. We are healed as we let him teach us to heal. This is the end of sequence. This is the end of the needle in the time stack. We have found the holy instant, and in that instant we have found ourselves. Be the love that you are. Feel the love in your heart. You are eternal, free, and whole at peace forever in the heart of God.